Hi everyone. We saw more of the same on Monday as the market continued its sell-off. The S&P 500 has now clearly broken below the 200-day moving average, and as you can see, volume once again well above average. If you look at this weekly volume bar or the weekly volume bars right now, it's very clear what's going on. And the last 4 weeks are not looking good at all. I'm going to get rid of all these broadening formation patterns. So pretty ugly picture painting there for the SPY. Like I said, MACD, TSV, Stochastics 2 is like only at 2. And that to me doesn't say, hey, it's time to bounce here. It says, holy moly, we have extreme weakness in the market. As you can see with TSV and MACD, nowhere near, turning up and moving higher. And on a weekly, while it is at the 2013 and 14 lows, you can still see it's far away from the 2011 lows, and if we go back to 2008, even further away. So it still isn't oversold by any means on a weekly basis. Dow Jones Industrial Average, similar picture, confirming the break through the 200-day moving average on above average volume. Not good at all. The NASDAQ, confirming the break below the 200-day moving average on another huge volume sell-off. Somebody's dumping, and dumping in size here. If you're still long this market, boy, oh boy, it could be bounce time on the short term, but I would get out immediately on any bounce. This is not something to mess around with. You can see the confirmation in the QQQ. Look at like the PSQ, for instance, the inverse ETF. Just some major volume is changing hands right now in the market. The NASDAQ 100 is still miraculously above its 200-day moving average, and that's because this big boy, Apple, hasn't cracked yet. Facebook started to crack, but today didn't follow through. Twitter did. Netflix did. Tesla did. And GoPro finally lost its Momo. The few stocks that haven't lost their Momo are the day trading favorites, Lake, IBIO, and APT. And I don't think I'm too far off saying that they are probably more than likely if there's more scares, they could go further, but I tell you what, they're getting extremely extended. Remember what happened on the last speculative plays? DGLY, Taser, they all came back down. There were others in that mix, but, LRAD is another one. You can see, though, that they all came back down. May not happen because Ebola virus is way different than one police officer shooting an unarmed individual, but the point to be made is that there's no way these moves are sustainable. And yeah, it could double easily tomorrow, so continue to watch it day trading wise. But overall, it's pretty ugly out there. Breakdowns everywhere. And another key leading stock breakdown I noticed, XRS. Look at how much it erases in one day. In one day, it just erased the entire previous 2 months of base building. That's your market summed up in a nutshell. Intraday, FL hit my sell stops, which was right below the 50-day moving average. That was taken out. MNST, I think it was like 93.05 or something like that. My sell stop was at. That was fully taken out. And FDX moving below the 50-day moving average also took out my sell stop. FDX is a full sell. FL is a full sell. MNST is a full sell if you are still holding these positions. Also, OVAS gave what would be a technical 50% sell signal. Me, above average volume, close below the 50-day moving average, and a tape that looks like this. I'm just going to go ahead and get out now. If you're trading correct, this position is so tiny, and I mean so tiny. I think it's like only $300 now in a six-figure account. It just doesn't make sense to hold on to it. I'd rather get out and just have that money available for something that maybe can set up and break out later on. So OVAS is technically here a 50% sell signal, with the 100% sell signal being a move below 1325. So if you still have a ton of it, and if you really believe in it, which you shouldn't believe in anything without proof, you can go ahead and sell 50% here and then put a sell stop with a move below 1325. Also VDSI, once again, if this was a neutral market condition or uptrend, this would just be a 50% sell, maybe even 25%. I don't know, because it's still holding the 50-day moving average. Got a reversal right off of it. But now BOP isn't just yellow. It's almost negative right around the zero line. Volume was heavy once again. If you look at the intraday chart, even though it did bounce off its lows, it still closed overall weak in the final hour. VDSI, therefore, for me, full sell. If you don't want to fully sell it all here, you can do one of two things. It's actually the same thing. Sell half here. Sell stops with a move below 1673 or the 50-day moving average, which is something probably like 1670. So that's what you want to do on that one. And then the last one, our long-term biggest winner, I'm going to go ahead and call it quits on this one. From where is it at? Right there. So 717 is we've been longs from. We still have a 376% gain. Technically, in any other kind of regular market pullback where we still have some leaders holding up or what have you, this is just a 50% sell signal. 50% sell signal. But with the 200-day moving average inches away, watching our previous long-term winner, HEES, collapse below the line, USCR collapse below the line, WDC collapse below the line, why would I think VIPS is going to be any different? I would be a fool to think that that's going to happen. So VIPS for me is a full sell, fully out. There are no new long positions, no new inverse ETF positions, no puts to buy tonight. The next thing that I want to hit, if it does get, is I want to go short the home builders. IHB, nope. Oh my God, my brain. Home builders. XHB, thank you. So I want to buy, well, maybe not that one. Maybe the ITB. Boy, oh boy, DRV. Well, that's because it's a REIT. So what I would like to do, I guess, that thesis just thrown on its head with put positions. Forget it. Erase that idea. I would like to see DRV bounce off this 50-day moving average on above average volume. If that's the case, I'll go ahead and take a position in this inverse ETF. However, for now, we got whipped out of some of our position. We're already short. I think we're good down here with the market being very, very oversold on the short term. We could bounce, but man, without QE at the end of the month, I don't see how we have an uptrend anytime soon, especially with the way that, darn it, the way oil looks. I guess I'll do ERY, ERX. Yeah, look at that. So you look at ERX and how that looks, and it just makes you think, how are we going to fight through this overhead resistance quickly without worldwide QE? So if you get worldwide QE, sure. But if not, it's going to be a long time before we see the long side of the market in size. Thank you.